Well, it was a terrific bunch of questions and a really wonderful set of answers. So thank you, everybody, very, very much for that. What I'd like to do before I turn the mic over to Taylor to thank everybody and tell us what to do next is just to ask each candidate, if they could, for about a minute or so, just provide some summary comments and observations before I turn over the mic to Taylor. And who would like to begin? I can't even remember who I've picked on. Peggy, why don't I pick on you first?
The one thing you learn in politics is that you've got to be ready to go. I just want to say thank you for hosting Student Vote, and thank you to all of you for being participants. Your students are so lucky that you care enough to be here and that you're part of the political process, because yes, question period is a piece of the political process, but all candidates meetings, talking with constituents, going door to door, teachers working with students and inspiring them to get involved in the political process is also part of our democracy. And every young student that you inspire to question a member of parliament or a candidate when they come to the doorstep, saying, what are you going to do about the environment, or how are you going to end poverty? You change that person's life because they've participated in the political process. I had the opportunity a couple of years ago to speak in a Montreal nightclub at an event for Apathy is Boring. And Apathy is Boring is an amazing organization aimed at young people a bit older than the ones that you're working with, trying to inspire young people to get engaged in the political process. And I think I was fitted in between some band that I'd never heard of and a comedian, and so I'm up there as the politician. And I thought it was a great, why did you go to the bank? Because that's where the money was. Why did you go to the nightclub? Because that's where the youth were. And you are going where young people are, and you have the ability to change our democracy for a generation. So thank you very much for your inspiring work. I'm so glad to be here this evening.
Thank you. And next, Rebecca Harrison.
As you probably know, 37% of 18 to 25-year-olds went out to vote. As you probably also know, if you don't vote in that first bracket, you probably don't vote for the rest of your life. So if we keep this up, about 20 years from now, we're going to have an absolute voter turnout crisis in this country. So thank you very much for what you're doing. And I want to speak for youth as more than voters, because that's the thing I always don't like, is give us your vote. I want more from youth, just like you guys want more from youth. I was given every opportunity in the Green Party. You want to be on shadow cabinet? What do you got? Oh, you're on shadow cabinet. I'm here tonight. Elizabeth May couldn't make it, so they called me, a 27-year-old with 1-inch holes in her ears. That's awesome. And that's the kind of stuff that gets youth involved. I remember when I first got these holes in my ears, I said to my history teacher at Ingersoll District Collegiate Institute, I'm never going to be a politician. And they said, why? Why should anything you look at replace the content of your character, replace what you have to say? And it was a teacher that inspired me to go, that's right, what I say matters, what I do matters, and what I care about matters. So thank you for being those teachers and inspiring your students, because they are our future. It's not just cliche. They are the people that are going to stand up here. The decisions we make today are going to affect them, and they have to be involved in those decisions. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And Rick Dykstra, please.
I really do thank you for inviting me to be here today. Every opportunity to be involved in any situation like this is a learning opportunity, and I certainly take from this a couple of things that I'm going to utilize over the next 19 days, and in a very positive way, But I do congratulate you for being here. I truly believe. I try to stress this whenever I get opportunities. I think the best, next to citizenship ceremonies, I think the next best opportunity that I get to do is get invited to speak, whether it's high school or grade school students, about what happens in Ottawa and what I do for a living. And it's when I step back and think about that, you get to do that like every day. And I think that's pretty amazing, because you get to play a role in shaping the lives of those who are going to be sitting up here in about maybe 20 or 30 years. And I actually don't think it's wrong to encourage at all for students to be politically active. And, you know, by that I say when I leave a classroom, I don't say, well, you should only help the Conservative Party of Canada. I mean, I certainly welcome them with open arms if they want to, but if there are other parties that they want to get involved in, but just the opportunity to play that role at a young age is an eye-opening experience from a local community perspective. So that's part of what you can encourage. I would certainly ask that you do that. And, you know, this is I got to tell you, this is the most interesting panel I've been involved in ever during an election campaign, so thank you very much.
Well, cheers. And Bob Ray, please.
I think it's not just about voting, and it's not just about participating in an election. I mean, for me, the thing that we I think need to develop again is the sense that our schools are really incredible laboratories of culture, of bringing people together, of integration. I mean, it's where people come. It's where the kids come. And we have become a very complicated society, and we have become a society with lots of different kinds of people. You know, all the tensions and all the issues that we face as a country and as a province, we face in schools. And so to have your leadership informing us and telling us what's going on is really important. I mean, I'd love to have a much longer conversation, because it seems to me one of the challenges we face is, I mean, all the issues that we talked about, inequality, poverty, you know, and the issues we haven't talked about are felt in the school system and are felt, you know, by teachers and students in schools. So this is great. And I think the other really wonderful thing is that we have focused, I think, on this key issue, which is how do we get people more engaged? It's really about engagement, whatever form that takes. I mean, you know, at some level you say, I really don't care what you're involved in, as long as you're involved in something and engaging in something and trying to work it through. So I just want to thank you very much for this opportunity. It's been great. It's been a lot of fun, and thank you for giving us this chance. It's been great. Sure.